I've just crossed into Costa Rica, and this is, I think, from Nicaragua. I think this is the sixth border crossing that I've done on the motorbike from Mexico, and they're all basically the same. They all take sort of between 1.5 and 3 hours. This one has been the longest. All the processes are basically the same, but some of them are much more convoluted than others. Some of them are quite a bit better than the average Australian bureaucrat, and the rest of them are only slightly better. I've just stopped beside the road here. We're waiting for the paint to dry, and this is my trucky mate Christopher.
There you go, you know, we're down here in Costa Rica. This is Costa Rica, pura vida, people.
Good on you, Chris. Cheers, mate. See you later.
There you go, there you go. Have a nice trip, buddy.
I'm not sure how to pronounce this. Porto Viejo, V-E-I-J-O, something like that. Here on the northeast coast of Costa Rica. It's actually a magical place, notwithstanding that today is a rainy, drizzly day. The temperature doesn't change very much at all. This is a very big surfing area, and there are a lot of young people here getting into the whole surfing and drug, sex and rock and roll scene, I guess. I'll show you some scenes through the town, which is very alternative and quite reminiscent of places like Nimbin in Australia, where there's a lot of, a hippie, if you like, type culture. It's very interesting crossing into Costa Rica after Guatemala, Honduras and Nicaragua. In those countries, 90% of the time, whenever I stopped the motorbike to look at a map, which was pretty often, in any sort of built-up area, there was a guy with a pump-action shotgun looking straight at me. And oh boy, it's unnerving. Obviously there is a lack of law and order in those countries. I think Honduras has the highest homicide rate in the world. I think it's about 100 times higher than Australia's. There must be a lot of desperados there who need to do naughty things in order to put food on the table. Costa Rica is a very beautiful country, and I'm so glad I've come here. I spent one whole day in the Central Highlands, just riding from the lowlands to the highlands and down again and up again and down again, and it was just fabulous. There's a very big American influence here. The roads generally are very good, and there is a very impressive level of law and order. Of course, with that comes a much higher cost. A bed in some of the other countries would be 15 to 20 US. Here, you're lucky to get anything for less than 50 US per night. Fuel everywhere you go is about the same price. This place is owned and run by one of those very interesting characters I was talking about, Outback Jacks, roadkill and all that. He's an Aussie, comes from South Australia, just north of Adelaide, and he's been living here for about 7 years, loves it, and he's one of those interesting characters I was talking about in a previous video. Lives the life of Riley. It's actually peak season here now, and I had to go to 5, well, they call them hotels. They're a step up from a rented room in a house. Anyway, I had to go to 5 before I could find a bed last night, and that was the last bed in that particular hostel. So it's a very, very popular place and very tight accommodation at this time of year. Hi girls. You're famous.